Good times, sunshine, gonna be here in no time now. Bad times, gray skies, push them all away, turn them upside down. You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life. There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, you'll be okay. Beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. A beautiful
day. Welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's Medium Project Monday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I think everything's set and going. Hopefully we have a good night of internet. But I hope everybody had a good weekend. I didn't get very much in chainmail done this weekend. I was hoping for more, but once I got back from the concert Friday night for the band I help out, was processing their video and all that, realized I needed to get into doing their DVDs a little bit. So ended up getting the rest of the graphics done. Got the cover finally done and that up, and I've got the DVDs printed up. Still got to get the data and the video all done, then I can burn them up and they'll be ready, but one step closer. That took a while. Had 53 cases, so 106 DVDs to do. Each set, this is the marching one, and their concert season. Each print, each one took about 2.5 hours to do all these, another 2.5 hours to do all these, about 3 hours to do all the covers. That was just in the printing time, not counting the graphics work and all that good stuff that has to go along. I've still got all these covers to still print, or cutting stuff still. So I know not chainmail related, but it's what kept me busy this weekend. After the concert, I was like, we got 2.5 weeks or so till the final concert, and I normally like to get the DVDs out a week after that, so I'm down to like 3.5 weeks, and I was like, oh, I better get working. So I did spend that time this weekend, some more earlier today, but we did get done. Let me go ahead and so this one, yeah, move over camera. I got the I guess you can still see me on the other camera. I'll hold it up this way. This is the tic-tac-toe bag, if you want to call it that. This is the second thing I ended up trying, and I liked it better. It worked out pretty well. Not much longer strings than a normal dice bag per se, so, but easy enough to get into playing. I just kind of unloosen them both a little bit and then just kind of pull their strings out to the knot, lay it out, and the strings can kind of just sit over to the side, and you can still stretch out the board, and there's your board. Pretty simple. I mean, you can sit there, but I ended up just putting in a few rings on each corner and a couple in the middle here. It ran through. The first time I ran it through with one string all the way across like a bag, but the string was like way too long. So I thought about it. I was like, well, let me just cut it in half, try it, do it in halves. So ended up working out pretty well. It was either that or make the price of this thing be 30, 40 bucks by making a bag to fit it all, but you know, easy enough. So here, let's just play a quick game. If I was X, I would go here, so O would have to go there. X, and then O has to go here. Only shot X has got left is there, but O comes in for the stop. There you go. The game nobody can win. But when you're done, you know, it's just there. I kind of just pull these a little bit, kind of get like a bed sheet effect on the corners a little bit, and then just grab these, grab those. Boop. All done. Ready to go. Nothing comes out. I played with it. That was my big concern. I didn't want to lose any pieces, but it closes up good enough where none of the pieces want to come out. So the only thing I want to change is getting some better slide locks. I'm not sure what these little things are called. I got these years ago, and I've been meaning to get some better ones. I just got some for basic bags. But, oh, hey, Bard. Good to see you. It's the Bard. But, yeah, it works out pretty well, I think, this way. You know, pretty easy to just kind of flatten out, and off you go. Play a game. So, it turned out pretty good, I think. And a lot quicker than I was expecting it to. But I did kind of keep working on it in little chunks here and there, so... you know, the other thing was to make a bag. I thought about, you know, going with a style bag like this so that I could put everything in. But like I said, then that's just going to raise the price up anyway. So this worked out good enough. So I'm pretty happy with it overall. Now I just got to get it set up and get some pictures done. It'll be easy to carry around and showcase at an event. So then I had to decide what's going to be our next medium project, and I'm not sure. So tonight we're bringing in old Jelly Cube. So till next week, and then I'll try to think about it this week and figure out where I want to go with another. I've got another wall hanging I want to do, but we'll see. I like having the bag as the board. Yeah, so do I, and that's what I originally wanted to do. I wasn't sure if it was going to work, though. I think it turned out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it overall. I don't know. There could be probably some little more improvements, but overall, I think it's going to work. Like I said, now I just need to get it set up and get some pictures done. So let's see here. Where are we at? We're on this side. As we're coming up, I'm basically working on the 10th side. This side's got its 10. Working on this side's 10. Then we'll have another half on this side to do. So we're almost up to 10 by 10. So, but I hope you had a good weekend, Barb. Now, let's see. It's been a little while since I worked on this. Where are we at here? Alright. Yeah, I was not sure if we'd end up having to start working on building a bag or not. It wasn't until I got done printing up the concert season DVDs. And it was about 3:30 my time. And I was like, okay, I need to start cleaning up because I had all these out here. I had my cutter out and all that good stuff. And got it all put up and got the bag pulled out. I was like, all right, let's start playing around with this. So I spent a good hour kind of playing around, figuring out how I wanted to close it up, if I was going to close it up, what I was going to do. And then that worked, so I kind of sat at the side going, what am I going to do for the stream tonight? I was like, well, we'll just pull out the old Jelly Cube. Do you cut your own rings? For the Jelly Cube, I have, yes. Anything I do out of basically bright aluminum, copper, bronze, stainless, niobium, titanium, all those, basically everything other than anodized aluminum, I'll cut my own. I've got a ringinator, and I got the Pepe tool when I normally use the Pepe tool cutter if I'm doing any fine silver, just because I'm not, doing a ton of it at any given time. So then I'll cut my own rings for that, and stainless, and like I said, pretty much the only thing is I'm trying to think here. I guess I haven't gotten any square. I keep buying my square stainless steel, and well, I've only bought the bronze so far of it, but because I haven't bought any square wire as of yet. But I got 3 or 4 different sizes of bright aluminum, I think I got 4 sizes of stainless steel, gauge-wise. So basically, whenever I'm sitting around and I was like, I wonder if this will work. I can just coil up some, give it a quick cut, see if it'll work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And depending on, I've had a few orders here. If it's a time crunch order, sometimes, if I got other things going on too where I'm not going to have time to do it, I have bought, that's why I do have some stainless that I just used up last Wednesday, some of it, some stainless that I bought, and I bought it for another order that they were needing it somewhat time crunch. I wasn't going to have time to be able to cut all the rings myself, so I just made an order for them. They came in same time, about the right time when I was done with another order, so I was able to get right into it. So it all worked out well that way. So on occasion, I'll still buy them, but it all just kind of depends. If I can make them, I'd rather make them. A little more time consuming, but if something gets screwed up, it's my own screw up. That's what I like about it more, I think. And I think my sizes are a little more consistent because when I used to buy stainless, especially from TRL, I buy it and then it was like 6 months later I bought some more, and it was supposed to be the same size, but it was slightly off. I think when I measured the old rings compared to the new rings, I was like 0.08 excuse me, millimeters bigger on the new ones compared to the old ones. Hey Bobby, good to see you. Yeah, I just got done showing off the tic-tac-toe board. I can pull it out again though if you want to see it. Kind of got it all finished up. So on to the jelly cube tonight till I figure out what I want to do for our next medium project. Tried making my own rings and never get it right. It does take a little bit of practice, but for my coiling jig now, I found out through the years I now have a little braking system that I have on my coil of wire, so I always have tension on my coil of wire before I bring it up through to coil onto my mandrel. And I think that helps keep a little more consistency in my sizing. I use a little, I need to take some pictures of it. Basically, I just use a little caliper brake off of a bike, and I use a little nut and I can tighten it down so the brake pad keeps tension on it. And tighten it up every so often, as the brake pad wears down. I'd love to make one of those jelly cubes, but can't seem to visualize it, and I'm not sure what to get started. It's just the basic Japanese 4-in-1. Basically, it's one ring in the center, 4 standing up off of each corner, and then the one here has the center this way, another 3 standing up off of it, and you just repeat it for how big you want your jelly cube. And the next layer, you just come off of each one of those that are standing up. And I can't remember who. I'm trying to remember who it was. Oh yeah, I wanted to we'll show off the tic-tac-toe board again here. There's a little tic-tac-toe board in its own little makeshift baggie, if you want to call it that. It just kind of opens up, and there you go. Let's play some tic-tac-toe. I keep playing a little bit here. We'll just throw a quick game together. Versus 2D. Hey John, good to see you. Yeah, this is the little We're going X there, and then we'll go O there, and then X wants there, then O wants to go there. So where would X need to go? O. X, nobody wins. Boo-hoo. What was that? I can't remember exactly. One night I was going to bed last week, and I was thinking, and I wish I could remember how I wanted to play it, but I actually had it in my brain. Now this was while I was going to sleep, so things get a little kooky in the brain when I start getting tired like that. But I wanted to make Battle Tic-Tac-Toe. Oh yeah, it was, you don't start with the board as the pound sign. It starts as invisible. Whoever lays down the first one, the second one can play off of it until the third one plays and makes it 3, and then it can either go 3 this way or 3 that way. I don't know, it was a weird little thing in my brain one night. But it just kind of folds up together, all the pieces inside, tighten them down, there you go. Tic-tac-toe bag. What size tags you use for those? The same that you use for the chess set, yes. 1-inch tags, wrapped them the same way. I used a little bit different. I used a bigger gauge rubber wire, rubber ring on them. Made them a little tighter, but overall I like them a little better. How many pieces did you make for it? Right now there are 9. I want to make 10. You only need 9 to play. I wanted to make 10. I made them double-sided, so it doesn't matter which ones you grab, but I ran out of 16 gauge, 3/16 rubber rings, so I had enough to do the 9. I've got more rings coming. I'll finish up a 10th one to add to it. Your board there makes me want to do a 9-man Morse game. So you made 9 pieces, each have an X on one side and O on the other? Yeah. Yeah, each tag, it's a single tag that I just put an X on one side, flipped over the tag, etched the O on the other. So whoever, you just grab your 4 to 5 pieces. That's why I want to do 10, so each side gets 5. And then just go from there. They can pick whatever side they want, and there you go. Ooh, I got a thing pop up here. Oh, okay. Now I see what you mean. Come on, mouse. I hate this mouse, I swear. No clothes, stupid mouse. Yeah, it took me a minute. Once I seen the little graphic there, I was like, what size rings did you use for the piece, and what was the weave? The board was a 1/4-inch, 16 gauge TRL. Basic European 4-in-1. Basic cross inlay for the most part. See, on the back side it looks a little weird because it looks almost 3 wide, but when you're playing it, it's open flat. And then like the 3/4 Persian for the pieces. An extra piece in case one gets lost. Yeah. Well, like I said, I've been trying to, I only got one to fall out one time. That was because I didn't tighten down I had to loosen these up a good chunk to finally get one to start kind of coming out. There it was. So, I mean, it really had to kind of get back in there. Had to be rather loose to finally get one to come out. That's why I'm looking for some better. I want to get some metal spring lock clips. I got to figure out the names of these stupid things so I can get some more. But like I said, it came out well. I'm happy with it. I'm actually probably going to do another one in different color, just to show 2 different styles. I think I'm going to make the board just slightly different. Nothing major, but since it came together fairly quickly, and being happy with it. Same gauge and size for the pieces that you made the board out of? No, the pieces, like we were talking about on the checkerboard, they're 3/16 inch, 18 gauge. On these pieces, let me, can I show it? real quick, I still got some of my checker pieces sitting out here, so you can kind of see the difference a bit. If I can get up close enough to the camera here. Same size as that, but you can kind of see that it's tighter on this one, because instead of the rubber rings being 18 gauge on this one, I use 16 gauge rubber rings with 18 gauge metal rings. So it's a little tighter. Used actually one more metal ring, 2 more rubber rings. A little bit thicker. Overall, it just felt a little bit better. If I was to actually do another chessboard with chess pieces like this, I'd probably do them in this fashion. These just are a little bit tighter around the tag, I think, than these are. These are still good, but this one just feels better. So. My mother makes clothes, boards, and furs. Alright, let me get these back up. So yeah, I still have the one tag sitting up here on the thing that I need to get the rings for, and then I'll put in that 10th piece there. What is the EMD size on the Tic Tac pieces? That was the 3/16 16 gauge rubber rings. The metal rings are 3/16 inch 18 gauge. And when we did the pieces 2 Mondays ago, kind of talked about them a little bit more in a way, kind of showed how I started them and how I kind of finished them off, closing up, 3/4 Persian, stretchy. So we'll just get on back into the Mr. Jelly Cube here. Like I said, I got a few ideas of what I want to do for another wall hanging style thing. That's kind of what my medium projects ends up turning into, be some type of, come on. But we did some ties. I still want to make the bola tie. I could do that. Gonna need some pretty good length of some fairly tight round mail, or could go with some it's not, I always call it cotton candy cord. Candy cane cord. Very cool. I'm hoping to start chainmailing again in a couple weeks, working on getting the elbow strong again. Cool. Yeah, I think I'd probably go a little nutso if I couldn't do any kind of chainmail. I mean, there have been times where I'll go maybe 2 weeks. And that just happened like in December when I was moving everything around, but it'd be weird not being able to chainmail at times. Especially knowing that I couldn't, I think that'd be the hardest part sometimes. It's like knowing that I can, but I get preoccupied and doing other stuff, I can understand, but knowing that I can't would probably drive me a little bonkers. Getting a little yellow. Hopefully the internet's going okay for y'all. Yeah, at some point I'll figure out where I'm at in the ring count on this thing. I know it's getting up there, and I haven't even weighed it in a little while. I know it's still under a pound, because I had just under a pound of rings when I cut them up, so. If I remember right, I had to pull out my book. Well, I did actually use some of these rings. I had another bracelet I needed to make, and I needed this size ring. They wanted it in BA, so I ended up using a little bit. They were readily available, so I didn't have to worry about cutting any up, so. And I still want to make up the baby earrings like you got, John. Those things are awesome. And those little rings you posted today, man, those little spinner rings, those are sweet, man. It's like one day I'll have to go figure out where he got those from and make those up. I think 10 hours for the longest before I could fix the pliers. That doesn't surprise me. With all the different things, there's definitely, sleeping time, but I've got graphics work almost daily I have to do. There's chainmail I want to do every day. Laser, I'm not necessarily lasering every day. I save those days, but when I'm working on graphics, it's because of laser days. So any given day, at least every hour at some point, I'm working on something for something. No problem. I'll check that out. Yeah, I seen those posted earlier. I was like, man, that is just freaking sweet. Man, I have several rings that I have. It shows I haven't actually made a ring in a while. Now that I think about it, gotta screw something up here. No, just my mind playing tricks on me. I've got a couple. Where did you go, man? Come on. There, jeez. I've got some Persian 3-in-1, 4-in-1 Persian rings out of I can't even remember what size rings they are now. Like I said, I made them up a long time ago. Sold quite a few of them. I made up probably 30 of them a couple of years ago before an event. I've sold quite a few of them, but I had them. I got little Byzantines, some Persian, some what was the other one that I got there? I've only got 3 styles left, and I'm down to about 3 of each of those. I need to make up some more. Waiting on the next batch. I ordered a carbon tungsten and titanium one, standardized. Ooh, that would be even sweeter. Ooh, and I've got some nice 22 gauge and 20 gauge titanium or niobium wire. I can anodize me up some cool rings. Ooh, that'd be sweet. I could add some more rings. Actually, I probably need to do a couple in stainless. I had one in silver, sterling at the time. Early on, when I had a little bit of sterling that I worked with, and then I went to the fine silver. And I still need to get the argenium. I'm supposed to get it back in December, but then I got so busy on getting orders done and getting everything moved around down here. The blue BB and the one is niobium 24 16 gauge. Sweet. I only got 22 gauge. It's the smallest I got when I got my niobium. I want to get some more. They were out of 20 gauge at the time. That was right. I haven't gone back to actually check, see if they've gotten any more in since. Actually tried to order it twice on orders. It was back in November and then again in January. It was out again. Just need to find another place sometimes, I think. Rely too much on one place, it kind of sucks, but I also don't want my prices to be crazy because, price difference between some places. So there are certain things I only make out of certain people's stuff. Just because I could make it cheaper if I was to use TRL, but quality isn't going to be there, and then sometimes it's just, some people have some different stuff out there, like the black tie, and You've been working with that, John. I still need to get me some of that. I keep looking at it. I keep going, man. I get an order ready to go, and then I end up, something else gets in my brain stem, and I start getting focused on that, and then totally forget about it. It's what happened with the Argenium Silver. Had a big old order ready, set up on was it Rio? And then I started moving the room around and just totally forgot. And it was, I think, early February. I was thinking about a Valentine's gift for the wife, and I was like, oh yeah, I didn't get that Argenium order, darn it. Finally got a commission to work on. That has me excited. Dragon Mail Cape, and I'm in the process of building. Posted the starter earlier. Sweet. Human size, I'm hoping. There is nothing like it that I've worked with. The black tie is awesome feeling and a whole different feel, and stainless array. Yeah. So I keep hearing from everybody. That's why I just need to get in and get some. And then I'll finally get in there and do some, get it, and then I won't be able to stop buying it. And then I'll need it in every size, every gauge. Pretty soon I'll have 72 little boxes filled with different sizes and 6 feet of length. Wow. So yeah, I guess that's human sized. What was that here? Alright, we just put you in, right? I need to get back more over here. Get in the center here. I think I was drifting off. Drifting into the Netherlands. What size rings are you using for that cape? 6 feet. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be a lot of ring. I'm assuming aluminum. I think a 6-foot cape out of stainless would be a little heavy. Not missing anything over there. Well, tonight is the 3rd night of my hat dance. Mondays and Wednesdays I'm going to wear a different hat till I run out of hats. Or if I decide to buy more hats. I still got at least quite a few. I was looking at them today. It's actually one I had put up. I liked it. My son got it for me, and I probably would have worn the crap out of it by now already if it wasn't for the fact. I don't know if you buy hats, but this one had a crappy little, right in the middle, right in the forehead, right there at the bill part, little lump. So it wants to poke in my brain stem. So they're 16G black from TR square, small wire rings, sweet. Half-inch inner diameter and large rings. Round, I'm guessing on the half-inch. I haven't seen half-inch square rings. That'd be kind of cool, though, now I think about it, though. That'd be something. And they're aluminum. I don't know, though, if they have. They would. I think you could get 14 gauge square wire. Half-inch rings would probably work pretty good. That's why I wish, the magical wire fairy would just show up one night and drop off like every size wire from 2 to 32 in every metal. I'll take some stainless, yeah, I can bypass the gold. It'd be nice to have the gold too, but I hope it is to complete it by Friday and run out of material so I can continue my 1-pound chain round mail. I started last Friday. Sweet. So a 6-foot cape. How big? How wide is it going to be then if it's 6 foot long? Well, you're going to be working your nuts off. You're crazy, man, though, so it wouldn't surprise me. But I didn't say thank you to everybody. I forgot to do that when I first started, to come by and watch this. And don't forget to share and like and give a thumbs up and all that good stuff. Where were we even at? 35 minutes in. Sweet. Wasn't even paying attention to anything tonight. 20 inches wide. Yeah, I guess, you know, half inch is your main ones in the square. So, yeah. I mean, you're still working your butt off. One day I'm going to get me another jersey going. Thought about just doing kind of a normal shirt with a basic inlay, but I haven't quite decided though. Your shirts that kind of give me, you know, a little inspiration. I want to try something a little different, but I don't want to go too different because I'd hate to do something that big and it not work. Come on, ring, get on through. Where'd you go, big boy? Your work is down here. I was going to actually pick him up and put him on camera tonight. Nobody's seen the big buzz boy. His little messed up nose. He could be standing outside, that's why the dogs are barking, maybe. He's been bugging me all day. The last 3 days, he has been like a total black and white shirt dress on the yeah. Where he had the was it off center? I don't know what the word I'm looking for right off the bat. I've seen some that are similar like that, a lot of others, and I was like, that would be sweet to do. But yeah, he's been playing all his worth here this past 3 or 4 days. I don't know what it is that's gotten into him, but he will come waddling up to you and do his slow roll over onto the floor and say, see my belly, and pull his paws up, say, look how cute I am, give me loving. He can do that, but he hasn't done it like this in a while. I'm like, what is your deal today, man? Last few days. All weekend. He just wanted petting all weekend. Could be the warmer weather outside, though. Finally kind of got up to almost 80 yesterday. Today we only got like 65. Tomorrow we're going to be like 85, and then back down to 50 as a high for Wednesday. It's like, make up your mind, weather. Mother Nature. I keep moving over here. My chair is, I can tell, off. But I got to keep moving it. Buzz has found out that he can jump up on this chair and get up onto my workbench, and I'm like, nope, that ain't happening. Let's see here. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Tuesday. Now I do have a band parent meeting tomorrow night to go to. We got some more preparations for their Chicago trip that I think I've decided I'm not going to go. I was wanting to go, but since we're not going to be including it on the DVDs, it's like, well, that's one step to going, well, okay. Why blow the money if I'm not going to be getting video to put it on there? I'd still get the video and put it on YouTube, but I am doing some laser work for senior gifts, so need to get there, get the information, see what they want, and so we can get that finalized up and get anything ordered that I need to get ordered up. I don't know if anybody's going to want these coins that I'm kind of working on. That's my next adventure in lasering, is working on laser edged coins. Different materials, trying different things for that. So I got that Tuesday. What's going on Wednesday? There's something Wednesday. Thought. I don't remember. What was it Wednesday? I know Saturday is going to be the youngest grandbaby's first birthday. At least her party is this Saturday, I guess. That's just crazy to me that it's been a year already. Still crazy that I've got 4 grandkids. And no idea how many more. I don't know if the son will have any. I don't think he's really into kids all that much. Youngest likes kids. She's a preschool teacher and going to school for that, but I don't know if that's going to translate into wanting her own. But I did have fun with her Friday night when we went to the concert. She ended up going with me, actually taking me up there, because Friday, if you were here Thursday night, son went to the hospital. I had to have his kidney biopsied. Still haven't heard anything back on that yet, but he was in the hospital Thursday and Friday, waiting on that. Having some minor issues with his transplant, so hopefully things will work out okay, but he was in there late Friday night. So my daughter, my youngest, took me up there for the concert. She ended up sticking around, so we watched the band I help out and then her old band. Hung out, seen a bunch of old directors and all that good stuff, so I had a good time. I hadn't hung out with the daughter at a concert in a while. Used to all the time when she was younger, one because she just kind of had to in a way, but she enjoyed going. Then she became and gotten into bands, so then she was just doing her own thing. Then she graduated and getting older and kind of still doing her own thing, so we hadn't actually done a band event together since before she was in high school. So that was kind of nice to do that Friday. Got to hang out a little bit. Maybe next year or this fall I can get her to go with me to another marching event. We used to do that when she was younger all the time. That was always fun. We go there to help out and watch the band I was helping, but we'd stick around, watch all the other bands, and talk about them. Good old time. So that was kind of cool. And I got to see it every year when they go to contests up here. They have contests that's hosted at her old school. And so I can go look at all the plaques and stuff on the walls and all that. Because my daughter's got her name up on there. Actually, both of them. Well, one, my oldest had one on there at one point, but then they changed their setup. So she's no longer in there because she was the first drum major at the school when they opened it. And then she went on and she moved schools her senior year. So she wasn't a drum major her second year, but then the youngest couldn't get the boy interested in too much. He was into football, but he didn't in high school. He didn't want to do football in high school. Alright, so that one's done. Where are we at here? 44. So we still got plenty of time. Get some more. Every time the count goes up on this thing on the side, it starts taking quite a bit longer. It was nice when it was like a 3x3 and a 5x5. You could do a layer pretty quick. Now a layer is taking a couple hours. And I'm going to have some other things to think about because we've been wanting to do this garage thing, but man, the prices have gone up so much for garages right now. It's insane. So I'm thinking we might do a temporary thing. And so I can have a little bit of a work area. Where's that at here? Outside, and something I don't have to always pick up. It'd be cheaper, something that could be temporary, moved at a later point, but still be weatherproof. So we're gonna see how that works. Something just getting into looking into, and hopefully, if that works out here in the next few months, could get that going. Alright, so on this row. Come on. Why do you have to be so stubborn? I hate stubborn rings. Be nice if I could just magically make them go together. Kind of like those videos where they go, pow, it's done. It's like, here's a pile of ring, pow, it's done. Be nice. I could think of many projects I could just wish I could get kapow and be done. I enjoy making them still, but did I screw up something there? No. Again, my imagination playing tricks on me. It's your imagination. SpongeBob and his imagination. That's where my imagination comes from. I'm watching too much SpongeBob. Kind of crazy. I'm 50 years old and I'm into SpongeBob. I had to blame the daughter for that, though. She didn't like that. Growing up, that was one of the things we watched a lot of, was SpongeBob. I'll probably never forget the song in my lifetime now, also. But I will say that I enjoyed the SpongeBob era more than the youngest and the son, or the oldest and the son. The oldest daughter, she was Barney. Oh, God, Barney. Oh, how I hated Barney. It got a little bit better with the son. When he grew up, he was more into Blue's Clues. I could almost deal with Blue's Clues. And then the youngest come along, and it was SpongeBob, so I can handle SpongeBob. Much better than the old purple dinosaur. Oh, man, Barney. How is it even a thing? How I do not miss the Barney. I know when the son was younger, Blue's Clues was his thing. We went to one of our grocery stores up here, Casey Wolf. It was sponsored by this grocery store we had here. And so on their floor, they had a bunch of paw prints from the Casey Wolf. And so we'd go grocery shopping. He loved that because he Blue's Clues, Blue's Clues, Blue's Clues, Blue's Clues. And then as he got older, I think I might have ruined him in a way. I'm trying to remember exactly what age he would have been. It probably would have been more in the, oh man, what was it, 3 or 4? I guess I'd have to ask the wife when we did this. But I created a old VHS tape days before DVDs were a thing. I had all the original Star Wars put onto one tape. I mean, you stretch it out. It wasn't the greatest of quality, but... And so there was a night that he was, you know, I want to say he was like 2.5, 3 years old, because he wasn't fully talking yet. But we ended up putting in this tape of Star Wars. So it was all 3 movies back to back on one tape. And we put it in one night for him to kind of go to sleep to. And he did not sleep. He ended up watching all these movies. And the next night, he wanted to watch them again. Don't tell me you made him watch Star Wars Christmas movie. No. He just had all 3 of those. So the second night, he was like, you want to watch Star Wars again? He's like, yeah. So we put it in. And then it was within that next week, he was ready to do it again. He goes, Star Wars all night. And so we got him hooked on Star Wars way young. And he's still into Star Wars, but yeah, we just put in that tape, and it was what, 6.5, 7 hours of just nothing but Star Wars. So thought you made him suffer through the bad Christmas episodes. No, though he probably has watched them now. I think he's seen everything Star Wars for the most part. But yeah, I want to say he was about 2.5 when we did that, and he's been a Star Wars fan ever since. He's into all the Mandalorians and stuff now still. He wants me to 3D print him up the Mandalorian long gun. I don't know exactly what the name of it was. We found the file for it. It's like 27 different print parts. And it's like, well, we can do it, but it's going to take a while and a lot of parts. Eventually we might do it. Yeah, well, it's still Star Wars all night. Star Wars all night. Like I said, he was just starting to talk, so not forming full sentences, but yeah, he loved the Star Wars all night. When the tape got eaten, he was devastated. I had to get another tape and redo all the movies again onto the single one, and till DVDs came along and were more standard. Then I made up a DVD of Star Wars all night. Star Wars all night. Actually, still have that DVD sitting around somewhere. And it wasn't too long ago when they came out the remastered version, and I bought all those DVDs. And I don't know, I still like. It was like they did too much to them. I think there were some things that helped it, but other parts I'm like, man, this just looks weird now. When things weren't CGI'd, they looked more real. That's why I still got to keep some of those original things. They're just never going to be quite the same later on when they digital remaster to put things in, remaster to take things out because now it's offensive. It's like, can you imagine them trying to do Blazing Saddles nowadays? Here's a 1-minute movie, Blazing Saddles. Or any of the... I was thinking... I was actually talking with a dad of the director from a couple years ago. We were talking about, TV shows nowadays and what you can have, what you can't have. And it was like, yeah, half the shows that I grew up on would never make it on TV today. Would just too wrong, I guess. So, it was like Benny Hill. Grew up on Benny Hill, and for that matter, even when I got older, Married with Children. I don't think that would make it today. I love my Married with Children. I got most of the DVDs of those. I miss my older shows anymore. That's why most of the time if I'm watching anything, it's just my old DVDs that I've had, that I bought, and most of them have been converted, so I can just kind of watch them off of a hard drive anymore, so it makes it even easier. But we don't have cable anymore, so we just use bunny ears, and I don't even hook up the bunny ears anymore. The Wonder Years would not fly today. Oh yeah, that's another one. There's a lot of them. It's like, it's kind of sad in a way. They might not have been right per se, but some of the jokes that I try to think of. Who was that? Andrew Dice Clay. Wrong, but funny. Enjoyed it, but yeah, he wouldn't fly around today for sure. I think he was still doing shows last I heard, but nobody's going to put him in a movie anymore. I remember, what was it, Ace Fairling? Is that the name of that movie? I don't know. I have it on DVD too. But I have put most of the time anymore. If I buy a DVD, I end up converting it so it's a digital file, put it on the hard drive, and then put the DVD up in a box. I guess that'll keep them for good. I want my days of George Carlin back. Oh yeah. Oh, I love my George Carlin. I've got quite a few videos that I've found little clips here and there. I've got a whole file of things that I found on YouTube and stuff with Carlin. I miss Carlin. I even got my son into liking Carlin. It's hard to see him and think about some of the weirder things. I mean, being his comedy, I knew him before I knew the comedy, really, from other things like Bill and Ted, and when he was the train conductor on, what was the name of that freaking show, man? And that's where I kind of seen him at first, and then when I found out, oh, he's a comedian, he's got all this, and started listening to some of that, I was like, oh my, not what I expected, but love me some Carlin. Oh, and the guy that used to yell all the time. He actually had a few guest spots on Married to Children, which made me think of him. Died way too young, too. Always bashing his wife, ex-wife. That's why he wouldn't fly again today, but... Nothing like my feet up on the table with a Cuban cigar. God, what was his name? Dang it. Yeah, it's gonna drive me nuts now. I have to go figure it out. I got one of his DVDs. Finally found one. He's got some other good stuff out there, but again, sometimes it's harder to find that stuff because it's like people are afraid to produce it and sell it anymore. It's like I figure one day, you know, okay, with the Dukes of Hazzard, I loved it as a kid, and you know, then the whole hubbub about the flag on the roof and stuff, and okay, I guess, but I never thought about it that way per se, because all the shows were about being good and doing good type thing, and then they started taking it off all the TV channels, so then you couldn't find it there. And I'm afraid you're going to find the DVDs one day, and they're going to digitally remaster that part out of it. And that would just, I don't know. Like I said, I don't like it or dislike it per se, but it's just part of what was there. I got pictures of me as a kid going to the car shows. I've got 3 or 4 years in a row sitting in a Dukes of Hazzard car from the car shows. And I've recently just rewatched a bunch of them, and I'm like, man, actually, what was Rodney Dangerfield? That's not who I was thinking of, but that's a good one. I got a lot of his stuff, too. I like Rodney Dangerfield. I forgot what I was just going to say now. Where are we at here? Oh, we're almost at our hour. I'm gonna definitely close up in an hour tonight. Got to get the. We normally do our grocery shopping Tuesdays, but we're getting it tonight. There's so many other things going on this weekend, so probably gonna go ahead and start doing our ending spiel here. Bring that into picture. And I probably just need to go ahead and flip the cameras too. I'm back over to my ugly mug. So, I do want to thank everybody who has joined us. If you watch us live or if you watch us later, it's all great. Don't forget to give the thumbs up, a like, all that good stuff. If you want to get us shared out there. Mental note, I haven't really mentioned anything, but we're doing a little hat dance. There might be a little something later on dealing with some hat stuff or something for maybe a little something. So, just something to keep in mind. But anyway, I do hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you all had a great night watching us and all that. Tonight is Monday, so we'll be back on Wednesday night for Small Project Night. Still don't know what I'm going to do for Small Project Night yet. Never do till I play with stuff on Wednesday, it seems like. So, anyway, I thank you all again for dropping in, checking us out. Don't forget to give us all those likes. If you've gotten anything from us, don't forget to give us a review. I'd like to get some more reviews and stuff going, just to kind of help us out, let people know that I always hear good things, but not a lot of people leave reviews. So, anyway, you all have a great night, and we will check you out again on Wednesday night. So, peace.